We got Super Mick Arteta. He knows exactly what we need. Timber at the back, Saka in attack. Arsenal's going to win the Premier League. We got Super Mick Arteta. He knows exactly what we need. Timber at the back, Saka in attack. Arsenal's going to win the Premier League. Come on. What a midweek. What a midweek. We're going to get into it all tonight. The big blue sharks looking more like Moby Dick, and they've just been caught. Liverpool yesterday dropping points, bottling their top four race. Manchester United away at 10 men Newcastle and could not get it over the line. Even Fergie time couldn't save you today. Manchester City, let's start there. Let's start with the big one. Manchester City 2, Nottingham Forest 2. What a result in the title race. What a result for Arsenal Football Club. Exactly what we needed. Exactly the push that we've been waiting for. All we had to do was keep our heads. We've had them in different results. We just had to keep our heads and keep going because I knew they were going to drop points at some point. They're not the City of old. They're not this big blue shark that everybody is scared of. And tonight proved it. Nottingham Forest fighting for their lives, played magnificent, played out their skin. Morgan Gibbs-White with that lovely finish. Elliot Anderson to bring it back to the equaliser. Semenyo got the opening goal. Semenyo's been class, to be fair. To be fair, that's a great... Oh, let me take a sip of my tea. It's been a stressful evening. Yeah, so Semenyo getting the opening goal. Haaland come back from an injury. Pep playing mind games. Pep complaining about fixture schedules as usual. Pep Guardiola celebrating a set piece, even though he's against set pieces. Pep Guardiola's a mug, and we all know that. Bring the charges, man. Deduct their points. It's already over anyway. But yeah, Man City 2, Forest 2. The big blue shark has been caught. The big blue shark has been caught. Nottingham Forest down there fighting for their lives. Gave it everything tonight. They gave it everything in that game, and it just shows like it's never over. It's never ever over. You just got to keep going and keep going. It doesn't matter if you. I think that's one thing about the Premier League this season. You can go from the top clubs to the bottom clubs. Anyone can take points off anyone. Great result. Blows the title race right out of City's grasps. Right out of their kind of before this game, they were walking into it knowing that if they won all their games, they win the title. Now it's not that. Now that is not the case. Now I'm going to put up the Premier League table. Let me just pull it up here. So, Man City 29 games played. Obviously, that game in hand, 60 points. Arsenal 30 games played, 67 points. 7 points is the gap now. Yes, City have the game in hand, so they could bring it down to 4. But even if they bring it down to 4 and also go to their head, even if Arsenal don't pick up a result, it takes them within a point. So it's well and truly in Arsenal's hands now, and that's with the thinking that City will actually win that game in hand. And we all know, as the kind of cliche football goes, you'd rather have points on the board than games in hand. That's what you'd rather have. Now, is this going to be what rattles City? Is this going to be what kind of takes things out of the grasps of City? Because if you think about it now, they've got some big games coming up. I think they've got Chelsea away coming up. They've got the Madrid game in the Champions League. They've got Arsenal in the Carabao Cup, Arsenal in the league. They've got some big fixtures coming up now that's going to define their season. And you know, it's not the first time they've let 2 goals slip to a struggling team. Look, when they played Spurs, they went 2-0 up and they let it slip. I know this one was different because it went 1-0, 1-1, 2-1, 1-1. But it just shows you. Do you know what I mean? It can happen to any team. Even the great Man City can happen to them. And what's going to piss me off is everyone's off the back of this is going to be like, oh, it's just a blip. Man City will get over it. But if that was Arsenal, when we dropped points at Wolves, it was, ole, Arsenal second again, the bridesmaid. Look what a couple of weeks can do in football. Now we're sitting 7 points clear at the top of the league. What a result. Nottingham Forest, big up yourselves. Morgan Gibbs-White from Wolverhampton. Yeah, used to live around the corner from me. Sat behind me on a flight to Portugal. Used to come to my takeaway and buy his puri chicken. My guy, Morgan Gibbs-White, you know. My guy, thank you very much. But yeah, well and truly in Arsenal's grasp now. Villa. Fucking Villa. What are you doing, lads? What are you doing? 4-1 at home to Chelsea. Well, you was at home. Chelsea was away. 4-1, you've lost. Fucking João Pedro getting a hat trick, Carl Palmer on the score sheet after you've gone 1-0 up in 2 minutes. I don't want to hear no one call Arsenal bottlers again. Yeah, I don't want to hear it. You lot, all these teams, yeah, bloody Man City, Manchester United, Villa, Chelsea, Liverpool. It's like none of you actually want to compete or want to be in the top 5, top 6, top 7, whatever it is. It's fucking awful, lads. Talking about so concerned about talking to Arsenal and Arsenal fans and what's going on with our season. You're forgetting to support your own teams. I've never seen so much Man City love. I didn't realise that everyone in Manchester had half scarves and they were half City fans and half United fans. I thought that your derby game and your rivals was Man City. But you want Man City to win the league over Arsenal? Make it make sense. It's just stupid. You know what I mean? Like it's supposed to be your rivals, and the issue is because you don't know no Man City fans because everyone that you know is either Liverpool, Arsenal fans, and whatever. So you come in at Arsenal and say, "Oh, we don't want Arsenal to win the league." Blah blah blah. Your fans are obnoxious online. This and that. It is what it is. It is what it is. If you take a good hard look at yourselves in the mirror, sit down and think about what you're doing. You are supporting Manchester City to pip Arsenal to the league so that you don't have to take a summer of banter. But instead of that, you spent so long being the main club in your city and now it's dwindled to your legacy's done. If they win the league, your legacy is done. The whole thing's done. They've already done the treble. They've won back-to-back titles. They're light years ahead of you in terms of what's happening on the pitch. And still you want them to win the league? Like, what, Man United fans, explain it to me. What is going on? Why do you want City to win the league so bad? Am I missing something? Is there not Man United and Man City? Is it just Manchester, one club? Mugs, man, mugging yourself off. Do you know what I mean? And then you want to give it loads. Oh, we're back. Carrick at the wheel. Yeah, we're going to get in the top 4. This and that, and you throw it away. 10 men. You got Newcastle go down to 10 men, and you can't get the win. You can't even hold on for the point. It was bound to happen at some point. Reality was going to strike back and slap you guys in the face, and it has done. Do you know what I mean? Look, you still, to be fair to United, all banter aside, you're still in a fantastic position in the league, yeah? Sitting in 3rd place, 51 points. You level with Villa. Villa look like they're on a real decline now. I think they're going to struggle now. The only thing they've got going for them is that Liverpool is shit. Do you know what I mean? I went to that game yesterday, and Liverpool, that was awful what I seen from you guys. Like, it was so bad. So bad. There's no cohesion in the team. You could tell that Slot hasn't got a balance between defense and attack. So as soon as he kind of let the reins go after they got the equaliser to go and get the win, you could see they were so open and there was so much space, and Liverpool haven't got a balance between attack and defense. They can either defend and they look a bit resolute, but they're awful going forward, or they can attack, but they're so open at the back, they're going to concede goals. Arsenal have a similar problem. We can defend very well. We're not too good going forward. But what we can do is work through the transition and have some attacking threat while still holding our defensive shape. There's a difference. That's why we're top of the league and you lot are sitting in 6th, struggling. Do you know what I mean? One note though, big up to the Liverpool fans. When I went to the game yesterday, obviously they had the Jota chance going. Wolves had the Jota chance going. There was a round of applause on the 18th minute and the 20th minute for the, numbers who bought the respective clubs. So I have to say, big up that man. That was touch of class from both clubs. Chelsea surprised me. But I think the top 4, top 5 race is actually more exciting than the race for the title at the minute, because it's just so open. Like between Liverpool sitting in 6th on 48, Chelsea sitting in 5th in 48, Villa sitting in 4th for 51, United sitting in 3rd with 51. Like, it's so tight there. That's going to come. That's going to go down to the wire. That is. I think the top 5 will stay pretty much as it is. I think they'll just change positions. United, Villa, and Chelsea. I don't think Liverpool will get into it. And Liverpool, that's going to be from what I can see, it's going to be devastating. And I think you could see some big players leaving this summer if you're not in Champions League, just to get them off the wage bill. Maybe a Mo Salah, maybe a Van Dijk. Do you know what I mean? I know you've been unfortunate with injuries, like Isak got injured, but I actually think Ekitike is better than Isak. I think the fundamental problem in your team is this season, especially in the Premier League, teams are more focused on being resolute and not being beat rather than playing attacking football, and it doesn't play into your hands. Wolves yesterday ran that midfield. Gomez in midfield ran that midfield. And it's because they want to be resolute and they kept the ball and they played the ball well and they got their goals. It just makes you think, man, if Edwards was in there, start of this season and pre-season, I don't think Wolves would be in this relegation scrap. Do you know what I mean? Yesterday, when I went to the game, it looked like the Wolves of old when they were in Europe and they had like Jimenez and Neves and Jota and Moutinho and them boys in the team. They look like that, man. They look really, really good. But Liverpool, I think you're going to struggle. I actually think that Brentford, they're 4 points behind you, same amount of games. I actually think they're going to catch you. And the worst thing for you lot is that Everton are up your ass. Everton are in 8th with 43 points. You're in 6th with 48. Imagine after all that money you spent, after, we won the transfer market, we did. Oh, we won the transfer market. Oh, Andy Alexander Isak. And now your rivals are sitting there basically fucking slapping you on the ass. Do you know what I mean? And after all the shit that you lot gave out in the summer, after all the, Florian Wirtz, best attacking midfielder in the world. Oh, it's like he's supposed to score 30 goals in all competitions. And you just shit. And you're just absolutely awful. What a day, man. I cannot believe it. I'm so gassed. Let's get in some of these other results. We covered Villa. Let's do this. I'm going to save the Arsenal game for last. I'll do it after this, but big win for West Ham. Massive win for West Ham. Spurs. If Spurs get relegated and Arsenal win the Premier League, I'm going to go to Vegas. I'm going to go to Las Vegas and celebrate because that would be phenomenal. That for me, it would be like football's completed for me. I know you like Championship Manager, you can never complete it. Or Football Manager, you can't complete it. It goes on and on and on. No, that would be completed. I wouldn't need to watch football again. What would I need to watch it for? It would be done for me. So now the bottom of the table, Wolves with that important win yesterday. Don't think they can climb out the relegation zone, but you can never say never, but I don't think they will. But they could climb up a place. They could finish 19th and not finish bottom. And I think from where they were a few months ago, that would be phenomenal for them. So Wolves sit in 20th with 16 points. Burnley sit in 19th. They've got a game in hand over Wolves. They've got 19 points. They sit in 19th and they got 19 points. Now, this is where it gets interesting. For me, Burnley and Wolves are down. That bit's done, yeah? It's that 18th place. So West Ham sitting 18th, 29 games played, 28 points. Forest, with that great result today away against Man City, sit 17th, 29 games played, 28 points. Spurs, with a game in hand that they'll play tomorrow against... who Spurs got tomorrow? Palace, sorry. A London derby. They do not do well in London derbies. Spurs sit in 16th, 28 games and 29 points. Now, I expect Palace to win that game tomorrow, which puts Spurs in an absolute dogfight. Now, West Ham can keep picking up points and Forest have got Spurs soon. I think it might be the next round of games after the FA Cup and Champions League games. That pulls Spurs in. I said it for Banster, I think Spurs are going to get relegated, but they're actually in a relegation battle and it's looking likely they will go down, which would be, oh my God. I'd go to the Arsenal parade when we win the title. Then I go to the Spurs parade for when they get relegated. And if no one's there, I'll just do my own parade outside their stadium. That fucking toilet bowl of a fucking stadium they got. But yeah, West Ham, fantastic result today, especially being away at Fulham, which isn't the easiest places to go to. Fulham sit 10th in the table. They're not a bad team. So they've done well there. Right. All that said, all the banter given, let's get into it. Arsenal 1, Brighton 0. Bukayo Saka, the star boy. It was a weird game. We didn't actually play well at all. We was very, very resolute at the back. We were very hard into the tackles. We was winning the second balls, but attacking threat we didn't have much. Arteta again kind of saw it early. He brought Gyökeres off in the 54th minute, I think it was, and he brought Martinelli off because it wasn't working. Trossard came on. He was absolutely awful. Trossard was. I think it would have been more sense to keep Martinelli on, but hindsight's a wonderful thing. But there were some big performances in that team today. David Raya, fantastic saves again. For me, best keeper in the Premier League. I said it in the last video and I'll say it again. Best keeper in the Premier League. Declan Rice again in the midfield. First into challenges. First one tracking back. Decent distribution on the ball today. Always trying to get forward on the front foot. Pressing. It should be in the Ballon d'Or list at the end of this season, depending on what we do, where we finish and kind of what trophies we win. But yeah, Decker's for me is top tier midfielder. Our England team should be built around Declan Rice's presence. Nkapie started at left back. had to move to centre back because Mosquera was having a tough time, and he performed so well today, winning all his duels, winning all his tackles, great defensive headers off corners and things like that. After scoring that own goal against Chelsea, you kind of thought, how would his performance be? Will his head drop? But he was at it. Do you know what I mean? Arsenal's first player from Ecuador, and he was absolutely smashing it today. Big up in Capi. I think he's really making that left back position his own, and also he's just shown he can step into centre back and do a great job as well. But the highlighter today, the main man, the man of the match, Gabriel Magalhaes, fucking class, son. Class. You know what I mean? Your centre back partner wasn't there. He was next to the youngster Mosquera. You had to step up. Big performance. Winning all your duels, winning all your tackles. Not dilly-dallying with the ball, just getting it away when you needed to. Look, it was a gritty performance, and people criticise it and say, Arsenal, they can't win the league playing like this. But if it was any other team who did that performance today and won 1-0 away at Brighton, how we did, they say that's what champions are made of. That's a champion winning performance. Because it's Arsenal, they won't say it. And you know what? We don't give a shit. We don't actually care what you think, but it is what it is. But Gabriel today, fucking fantastic. You know what I mean? Especially that early chance when Belieber kind of tried to dink David Raya, come off his line, and he come back and got the defensive header. He kind of set the tone. It was like, yo, this is my box. Do you know what I mean? This is my box, and I'm boxing off, and you're not getting past me, and there's no way you're getting past me. Fantastic result. And look, man, we're in a position now where we are actually making some ground, man. Like 8 games left. 8 games left with 7 points clear. City have a game in hand, but look, like I said earlier, it's not points on the board. You'd rather have, at this stage of the season, you'd rather have points on the board. And Arsenal sitting 7 points clear, top of the league, going to the FA Cup weekend. Couldn't ask for any more, man. I'm over the moon tonight, man. I'm gonna drink this cup of tea. I'm not even gonna have a few McVitie's biscuits. But yeah, man, up the Arsenal. Come on. Arsenal's going to win the Premier League. We got Super Mick Arteta. He knows exactly what we need. Timber at the back, Saka in attack. Arsenal's going to win the Premier League. Wait, I got one more song for you before I go. One more, and then this video's going to be done, and I'm going to go. Yeah, one more song for you. We won the league at Anfield. We won it at the Lane. Stamford Bridge, Old Trafford. No one can say the same. We're Mick Arteta's army. We're Arsenal through and through. We'll sing it in the clock end and in the North Bank too. Ole, ole, ole. All right, that's enough. Okay, cool. People, please, man, you can tell I'm gassed. I'm going to go back and watch all the highlights now, watch the goals and the post-match interviews and things like that. Look, guys, I've had some fantastic support on the YouTube. We're up to 24 subscribers. I think we're up to over 600 views across all videos. Please do me a big favor. Go like, comment, subscribe, and share it with your friends and family. Please subscribe. It's going to help me out a lot. I'm on the road to 100 followers. I want to get there as quick as possible. And then I can start putting out better content and more content. And as the views go up, there's better things I can do. So get the views in. Please go, like I said, like, comment, and subscribe. Keep supporting the YouTube, the Instagram, up to 184 followers, I think. Let's get it to 200 followers. And yeah, man, show your boys some love, man. Peace and love always. Thank you very much.